Papaleo. Papaleo will start tonight.
Big four that have done it for the Tacoma Stars, as head coach Alan Hinton explains.
Well, I think if you've got good talent, individual players who can perform very well on the night, and that's all developed. The team works very hard as a team, and individuals come through and do their own job. Then you've got great teamwork, and I think we've had it all year. I'm very pleased with our efforts so far.
And as we take a look at the Dallas Sidekicks players to watch, Seamus, a bit of the great players that say is Tacoma.
No, except probably the greatest player of the game so far this season, Tattoo, who's broken all the scoring records of this club, certainly most valuable player. He's personally taken the responsibility for 2 losses. At the back, Chris is anxious to make up for 2 bad performances.
And even though it's been a big team effort for Dallas, basically a couple of players have carried them all year.
I think the secret of our success this year really has revolved around a team effort, but in particular 2 young men stand out. Eski in the goal and Tattoo up front. Chris has given us the most important thing. He's given us tremendous consistency. Kept us in games and brought off saves at very vital times. And he's built a confidence around the team because of his performance. Tattoo, well, as you know, what words can you describe Tattoo? He's just been unbelievable. He scored 73 goals this year to players he has done, and at one stage really carried us through the centerpiece of the regular season. His efforts and his goals alone kept us top of the league and in with a chance to come into the playoffs. Both absolute marvelous men for this team.
This is a big game for Dallas because they 2 games to nothing. We'll have the kickoff between the Tacoma Stars and the Dallas Sidekicks for Game 3 coming up next.
At Al Myers Building Center. Quality
here, not Ingram. Watch Tooks' elbow come in here. His right elbow as he fights off a player, and then I think the whistle goes, and at that point he may kick the ball away.
That's what it was. He's not allowed to kick that ball again, and that's what he does.
There's the whistle. He puts his foot on the ball, and then he kicks it away as Smith tries to get in for the free kick. And that may very well be what it's for. Tuksha is, in fact, the penalty box, so our apologies to the Ingram family up there. Tacoma, it was not Godfrey. I saw Godfrey sort of arguing with the referee, and I thought the referee took the card out and pointed to him, but not the case. So power play now for Dallas.
And let's see what the Sidekicks do with it. 36.3 is their percentage in the playoffs. And now Marty Tuplin's got something, maybe on the Tacoma bench, a bench warning. Alan Hinton there, Tony Chersky, and Ralph Black. But it's only a bench warning, not a time penalty. I like that rule because it just gives the bench a chance to get something off their chest without being penalized. And every time this year that they've given a warning, I've never seen the card come out because coaches know a warning when they get one like that. On the right side, here's Tattoo. Playing it back to midfield. Bolano. On the left side of David Stride. There's a look at the Stars penalty killing. Their specialty teams have done it. Lawson on the right. Sends it in low. Stride came in late and couldn't get it. Didn't see where that ball was going, and he was unable to get there. Willie Milano with it. On the man advantage for Dallas. It's scoreless. 7:34 to go in the opening quarter. Game 3 in a best of 7. Dallas 2 games to none. Up for Tattoo. Knocked away by Megson. Taken away. Willie Milano. Slides it for Lawson. In the corner. To Carpin. They had Papaleo out for a second and then couldn't get it back to an open man. Milano to Lawson. The doctor. Rejected by Papaleo with 1:13 left in the power play. Willie Milano again over the red line. Still in a scoreless tie to David Stride. Back to Milano by the arc. Off the boards. Lawson. Low. Tattoo got a piece. And it was kicked away. Into the first row of seats it goes. It belongs to Dallas, but they came close.
Well, saving clearance by Waters in there. As we're taking another look at it, you see this ball come in, and Tattoo is right on it. But Waters manages to get the quick foot away.
Joe Waters, who comes into the game with 40 block shots. A playoff record set last year by Gary Etherington at 47, I would have to think is in some jeopardy. Here's Mark Carpin. Watch out for him. As we told you before, he's got those 7-hour play goals. He leads the MISL. Milano from Lawson, 50 seconds left in the power play. It's scoreless. Stride tees it up. It's loose. Carpin scores!
Well, you call it, JP. Carpin gets set up here. The ball squirts through. He knows exactly that he can turn fast. No time to set it up. Just turn and slot the ball. Defenders go down. The keeper goes down in front of him, and he goes over them both. Stride puts the ball in. The caroms off a couple of bodies, but Carpin is the fastest turn and just slams it in off the inside of that post. So 1-0 Dallas after 8.5 minutes.
Mark Carpin gets credit for the goal. We'll see if Tattoo got a piece of that. If he did, they'll give him the assist. Otherwise, it should go to David Stride. As Wes McLeod breaks it up, Dallas leads early for the first time in this series. As it's played back to Joe Papaleo. Let's see how Dallas plays it with the lead, because as you mentioned in the beginning, they've been trailing. In fact, it was 3-0 the other night, early. Tough to keep rebounding when you're down. McLeod playing despite a groin strain. On the right side, now back left. Powers leaves it off for Wes McLeod again. When they had some injuries at the back, he moved from his midfielder's position. He's done quite well at the back line. Powers in the corner with Radwanski. Mike Powers giving it up to Kevin Smith, right back for Powers. Powers has done a nice job since coming off the bench. A loose ball, and Papaleo covers that up with Radwanski on the doorstep. Radwanski, the #1 pick in the MISL draft a couple of years ago. Represented, by the way, by former outdoor great Kyle Rote, or Kyle Rote Jr., who was the first American to gain all kinds of publicity back several years ago. Ball played across by Preki. Sobieski missed it for a moment and then held on. Sobieski was the defensive player of the game in 4 consecutive wins against his ex-teammates, the Cleveland Force. He has not played as well as he has, obviously, in those 2 games against Tacoma, but it's not been Sobieski, it's been everybody. They've made too many mistakes, they'll all admit that. Hill, good ball to lay up and makes it. What a block from Moreland. Still 1-0 here for Dallas. Makes it again. Moreland again with a block. He set a Dallas record with block shots, and he stops another. Tattoo draws the foul. Number 5. 5 on Tacoma.
Well, very out there. Moreland doing all the work in the boards, blocking 2 shots, scrambling away, and then Tattoo trying to break away, and obviously pulled back by Gary Hill.
Back to the live action. Tattoo in the corner. Another whistle. That should be the 6th. It's on one of them. It's the 6th on either one, actually. And they're going to call it on Tattoo. And whichever way that went, as soon as you heard the whistle, Seamus, somebody was going to be down a man, because each side had 5, and that was one of those plays in the corner where it could have been judged an offensive foul or a defensive foul. In this case, the foul goes to the offensive team. So right now, the Dallas Sidekicks lead it by the score of 1-0. They go up against the league's most formidable power play when we return to Dallas in just a moment.
Don't miss out on the fun and excitement. Bud Sports and ESPN bring you the major indoor soccer league game of the week. It's the MISL on ESPN. Check local listings for time.
Well, the Sidekicks used to brag about their no-score 4, but that's not the case in the playoffs so far. And basically what Gordon Jago said before the game was that Tacoma just moves the ball around so well, Seamus, and it's forced Dallas to change their formation. If you can get a team to change their formation and their style, you got something going.
You sure have, and you're likely to draw them into mistakes, because trying to create a new formation in the championship series is pretty tough, difficult to do.
Here's Rick Davis bringing it forward to Steve Jungle. Tacoma already has set a record by a wide margin for most goals in a power play in the playoffs. And most attempts, at Ingram should have had one there. He led the league this year with 17. He set a new record, but he missed on that one. A long Sobieski throw, and that came close to hitting the 3rd official.
Boy, that should have been an easy goal for Ingram. I'm amazed he missed that one. His timing was right.